Hi guys, me again. I'm got to the campsite. It turns out it wasn't knocked down by bulldozers, so that's great. Because before I saw loads of, basically just cut down lots of trees. Anyway, it's getting late, so I'm gonna have to get camp set up. I'm in Grizedale Forrest again, and I'm actually trying out a tent I've used before, which is the Six Moons Design Lunar Solo LE. It's a single skin tent, which means condensation might be a problem, but I wanted to give it a try because it's much lighter than a hammock setup or any other tent setup. And I best get cracking because the sun's going down, and it's the only time this year I've actually got to the Lake District because of the weather, because it was bad. But anyway, it's all good, so I'm going to get camp set up. See you in a bit. Hi guys, back again. Like I say, the sun is going down, so I have to make this quick, so I shall be very quick about this. I've just pitched the tent. As I said before, this is the Six Moons Design Lunar Solo LE. Basically it's a single wall tent which is super light, and I think the LE version has a bit of a tougher floor, as you can see here. I don't know the specs, but I'm sure you can look them up yourselves if you're interested. So like I say, it's a one person, but with a very generous size. Like I say, that's a long and wide expert sleeping mat, and it's got a nice area over there. And as you can see, this is a one person, and it does actually sleep you very comfortably in one person and your bags and stuff like that. So this is the tent. It's a bit hard to pitch, but like I say, time is against me. I should really pull it out a bit more, because being a single wall tent you will get condensation issues, but I think I've got it quite well ventilated. As you can see here, it's quite a hefty amount of room under there, so the wind should get under there and keep me well ventilated. Instead of a sleeping bag this time, I'm actually going to try out a top quilt method. So this is a 40 degree Fahrenheit top quilt by Hammock Gear. I've shown you this in my previous videos. It is summer here. It's the only warm day I've actually had a chance to come out. So I'm going to give this a try instead of a sleeping bag tonight. I'm basically going to do up the bottom bit with the snaps, as you can see here, and then wrap it under my sleeping mat and basically use it as a top quilt and see how I get on. I think I should be fine, but I've got my warmer quilt on standby just in case I get a bit too cold. It's meant to get down to about 9 degrees tonight, so we'll have to see how we get on with that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to try this time. So I'm just going to do a bit more camp setup. Time's against me. I need to get some firewood, I need to get some tea on, I need to get a brew. So, see you in a bit. Hi, it's back again. Just been getting some firewood. This is some of the firewood that I used last time, because I've been to this spot before. Basically, before I go, I cover up where the fire's been with pine needles and stuff, so I've just dug that up again, and I throw around the logs in the morning once they're completely extinguished, you know, dot them around the place, and then next time I come back, find them and reburn them, so you don't get, it's just so you don't get loads of awful burnt wood around. So if you come back to the same spot, get them again, burn them completely off, so it just looks better. But like I say, I've just been cutting up some firewood, and this is the tree, part of the tree that was dead last time, so I cut down and used half of it last time, and obviously I'm going to use the last bit of it tonight. So again, lazy man fire scenario, put a big log in the middle, put another log across it, get some smaller logs, get the fire built up with the kindling, and basically go from there. So if these logs get going, then there's a good chance this log will get going, and it'll be a very easy fire to maintain and a very easy fire to put out as well. So, I say, just been cutting some wood. Now I need to get a brew on, so see you in a minute. Oh, and here's one more tip. Last time I came here, because it's a pine wood floor, these pine needles punctured my inflatable seat. So this is what people use in America a lot. It's called something called Reflectix. It's basically bubble wrap with foil around it. It's for insulating water tanks, blah blah blah. You can find it at B&Q in the UK or Home Depot, is it, in America. Anyway, it's called Reflectix. And so basically I'm going to use this for a seat pad because it's very cheap, very affordable, and keeps your bum warm. So awesome. I'm also pleased to announce I can actually give the MSR WindBoiler, or WindBurner as it's known now, a try today. Not a chance to use this in the field yet. So looking forward to using this. I'm going to make a quick cup of tea with it just to see how I get on. As you can see, as with other boiling devices, you basically put it onto the canister. Screw it up tight. Always use the pot support because, you know, it makes sense. Why not? You don't want the contents going everywhere, do you? So always use the pot support. If I can get it on. There we are. Bit fiddly to get on, but it's on now. And this burner is a lot like the MSR reactor burner, which is, it basically doesn't flame up very much. It just basically flames just above there, and it keeps that nice and hot. So there's not loads of heat escaping from the top or out the sides. It's a more efficient burn, which means it's better for fuel consumption. And the biggest feature of this burner system is it's great in the wind. Now, sadly, or I should say sadly, it's not windy today, which I'm quite happy about, but it means I can't really test this out and show you how effective it is in the wind, but I'll have to do that in another video. So I'm just going to use this as you would do any other canister boiling system. So let's get this bad boy filled up with some water, and I shall show you in action. And you'll be pleased to know it's actually got measurements on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but they are in there. So we can fill it out to just enough for a nice cup of tea. And now there's no piezo igniter on this, unlike on the jet boil, so it's a bit of a point lost for that, for the MSR one, but the main falling point of the jet boil is it's not very good in the wind, whereas these are superb, so I'm sure we'll live without it. So just bring along a little mini bic. So let's get this bad boy fired up. And that's lit. And as you can see, you've actually got a bit of a safety wire there to show you that it's lit, because you can't really see the flame at all really. Now that will get a bit hotter, and then what we'll do, we'll put the cap on and obviously get some water on the boil. As you can see, it's starting to go red hot now. So that means it's ready to get going. We'll take the plastic cup off the bottom first as well, because almost left the plastic cup on. That'd be bad. And there we have it. Let's see how long it takes. A few bubbles. It's been about a minute. Finally back in the forest again, which I'm very happy about. Now, just need to get this brew on, then we'll get some tea, and then I'm going to crack open a beer. And yes, I'm going to take the balls with me, of course. So, Awesome. There we go, rolling boil. Oh, by the way, if you've not got one of these long spoons yet, this is a Sea to Summit one, get one. They are awesome. You can use them for everything. So get one, you can make brews out of it, you can stir your sausages up in a pan with it, you can basically do everything with it. So yeah, really good piece of kit. Okay, I've just finished using the WindBoiler for the first time. And how does it compare to other ones such as the Jetboil Minimo or the Jetboil Flash? Well, it's certainly better than the Jetboil Flash, simply because I think it's got a bigger cup at the bottom. It's got a better handle, as you can see here, and it's also great in the wind. But if you compare this to the Jetboil Minimo, then I'm still going to pick the Minimo, I think, because the Minimo has got a simmer, which means I can cook in it better. This hasn't. I can understand why it doesn't have a simmer because of the element, but I think the wind technology takes away from the simmer capability. Also, I like the Minimo handles better because they are fold-out steel handles, and these aren't. It's still a very good sturdy one, it's still better than the Jetboil Flash. Now, because of that, I'd still have to go with the Minimo first, unless it was windy. If I knew it was windy, if it was up a hill, things like that, then I would definitely pick this, because I've seen other videos in wind tests with this. Sadly it's not windy today, so I can't do one for you, but I've seen this and it absolutely kicks the Jetboil's arse. So if it's windy and you go in some windy situations, then pick this. But for me, if it's not windy, I'm gonna try the Minimo again, just because it's a bit of a wider pot. I can cook food in it easy and cook brews in it as well. And the handles and the simmer. If MSR come back with a better product that has better handles on, and you know, you could basically do a simmer, then MSR would win the day. So that's my mini review of the MSR WindBoiler, now called the MSR WindBurner. Okay, well, I bet you're dying to know what I'm going to have for my main meal tonight, aren't you? Well, I don't want to disappoint you, so here it is. Be prepared to be shocked. It's some Uncle Ben's risotto rice. You only require 100 millilitres of water, and obviously you can put it in the pan. So if you go to a place that's not got a lot of water, you know, not dehydrated meal isn't always the best scenario. Yeah, it weighs less, but if you've not got a lot of water, give them a try. I've also got some sausages in there. I've got 3 sausages because it's got protein and fat. You need that when you're doing a bit of walking. So I'm not going to use the beans. Basically, they are freezer packed green beans from the supermarket. Now, I brought these along because they come straight out of the freezer, which means they keep them fresh for longer, so you can take them with you and your sausages won't go horrible. So yeah, you don't need to eat them, but just keep the sausages a bit better. And I'm also going to give my MSR Quick Skillet a try again, because it's proper non-stick. Sadly, I forgot my butter, so I'll have to rely on the fat from the sausages. And if I need to, I'm going to give my Zebra Billy can another try, if I need to. And guess what I've just found? Well, hey, got my butter. Right, awesome. Let's do that. But first, I need to get the fire sorted. Now, to keep a long story short, because it's getting a bit dark, I'm going to light the fire soon, and like I say, as you can see, I've dug down into my original fire pit, we'll call it. Now, because it's a Lake District, it is very damp and very wet, let's put it that way. So when you dig down, this is completely wet. So always make sure you get a good base for your fire. As you can see, it's got 3 logs, medium-sized logs. Fill in the gaps with smaller ones, so you've got a nice base, and then we'll build a fire on top of that. Hopefully we'll get this big boy going, and it should be a relatively easy fire to maintain, because what we'll do, we'll just keep feeding the big logs in, and that's about it, because it's only me. You don't need a lot of heat, it's summer. I just want to get all these flies away from me. So we'll light the fire soon once I've got everything else sorted out. And as you can see, I've now made a little platform so I can cook my food on. So the frying pan will sit up on there, cook my sausages and my rice, and it should be relatively pain free, hopefully. Now the rice is on, the beer is out, and of course again I will take all my rubbish away, because that's what everyone should do. And the sausages are nearly cooked, just need to cut them up through the centre and then cook them in the middle just to make sure it's perfectly cooked. And this is the bit that I enjoy the most about coming to Grizedale Forrest. Just when the sun goes down, you've got camp all set up, and it's just this bit, it's so peaceful, and yeah, give it a try. And there we have my main meal with sausages and rice, and I've already cleaned the MSR Quick Skillet. Can you see how clean that is? That is a really good pan. That is awesome. It's lightweight, proper non-stick, great handle, sturdy, cleans up a treat. Nice one, MSR. Ladies and gents, it's getting that time. It's getting a bit dark now. As you can see, the sun is going down, so basically it's going to get a bit dark. So I shall bid you good night, and I shall be up early tomorrow morning, hopefully 10 to 7, a bit early. But now I'm going to relax, and I shall see you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, it is morning and I am super tired. Not looked in the mirror, so I can imagine I don't look very great, but never mind. It's morning. I'm going to get a brew on because I've got to get back to the car because we're parking and run out. So I'm going to give the MSR WindBoiler a whirl, make a brew. Might make some breakfast, and then I'm going to get out of here. So in a bit. Right, ladies and gents, I've packed up and it's time to go. A bit tired. I've got a bit of a drive to do when I get back. So I just thought I'd close up and tell you what I thought about the stuff I used. First off, the MSR WindBoiler. It's good. It's a good piece of kit. It's like I say, it's excellent in the wind, but it wasn't windy today. But that's what the product's all about. It's called the WindBoiler stroke WindBurner for a reason, because it's great in the wind. Now, if there's no wind, I would personally go for the Jetboil Minimo, just because it's got a simmer, it's got the fold-out metal handles, only because of them reasons, really. How did I get on with the tent? The tent was fine. There's plenty of room in it. Didn't have any condensation issues last night because I opened it up quite a lot in the doorway, so I'll be using that again. The sleep system, the quilt I used was a 40-degree Fahrenheit quilt. I don't know what that is in Celsius, probably 9 or something. It got down to 9 degrees last night. The quilt was good, it kept me warm enough, but the down kept migrating to either sides of the baffles, so down the side of me, down the side, and I was getting a bit thin on top. And so I did get a bit cold, but I only had a t-shirt on and basically just underwear, so I could have put on some pants or something. But so I think next time I'll be looking for a better top quilt, because that quilt is designed for hammocks, which basically keep flat. They don't drape over you like you are on the ground. So I'll look for another top quilt. But miles better than a sleeping bag. It's a revelation. I mean, I don't think it'll be as good in cold weather because it won't keep you as warm. But in the UK in spring, autumn, and summer, I'll definitely be using a top quilt because it's so much better. I used the MSR Quick Skillet again last night. Worked absolutely fine for frying sausages. It cleans up so well. It's really great product. If you haven't got one and you need something like that, try one of them. And that's about it. So I've got to go back to the car now. It'll be about a 5 kilometre walk, so not a lot, but about half an hour, and I should be back at the car. So not half an hour, I'll be running 40 minutes. So I shall see you in the next one, and thanks for coming along. Bye. Bloody hell.